Hello, everyone, and welcome to this tremendous Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in to Relationship Rhetoric. I'm your host, Unapologetically Angela. And this month, the month of April, we are focusing on parent-child relationships. I just decided to do this because in the process of me publishing a book and trying to strengthen the accountability between the parent and the child and the learning process, it just really dawned on me that, relationships do not just revolve around a man and a woman, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage type situation, especially in this day and age. Raising children is a task. And the way that I was raised doesn't necessarily work in this time. When I was raising my children, I didn't raise my children the way my parents raised me. They didn't have anything against what they did, but what I did realize as I was raising children is it's a practice. There's no book that can tell you actually how to raise a child. You have to develop a relationship with your child, and that helps you determine how to discipline them, how to reward them, how to bond with them. So I just thought that it would be an amazing opportunity to talk to a lot of parents and their children and just see how they make their relationship work. So the people that I am talking to today, I have been working with this young lady for quite some time now. And so I've seen her son pop in and out of the school where we work, and they have a really unique relationship. They really do hang out together. They enjoy each other's company. They have the weirdest sense of humor, but they get along so well. If you possibly saw them on the street, you really would think that they were sister and brother, the way that they act together. And it's really beautiful because, again, you have to learn how to develop the relationship with your child that works for you. He's always extremely respectful. She always gives him space to speak and be creative and be himself. So, again, parenting is a practice, and it's something that, just like in any other relationship, that we work on every day. So I thought it would be very, very interesting to talk to a boy mom. I am a boy mom as well as a daughter. So I always like to listen to people and how they are making things work. So without further ado, we are going to have I'm sure, hilarious yet informative conversation with Kim Jones and her son, Daniel Davis. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. So I should have given a disclaimer when I first started this, because I cater to the teenagers, because the teenagers are the ones that make the interview a little more task oriented, because I want them to feel comfortable. Me and the parent, you and I, we talk all the time. So Daniel, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to chat with us. Okay. So I'm going to start with you, Mom, Kim. I've never called you Kim. I'm going to call you K. Jones.
Okay.
So talk to us about, just honestly, life as in early pregnancy, single mom.
Okay, so one of the things that most people don't know, I am from St. Louis. So he was born in St. Louis. Okay. And I am the only daughter. So my parents have been married 55 years as of the 30th of this month. I am the baby girl and the only girl. And my mother was my grandmother's only child.
Wow.
So he, like, from pregnancy, from me announcing my pregnancy at age 30, it was just mother, grandmother, grandfather, were everybody, even my brothers were just overjoyed. Just for me to even be pregnant and have him. So he is literally he is everybody's baby. And when I came home from the hospital with him, my grandmother had moved into my house.
Whoa.
She had moved in, and she never left until she had to leave. So my grandmother, which is part of our relationship, because grandma basically took care of both of us So grandma kind of ran the house and cook and clean it so you can run it.
So she did that on purpose. She moved into the house to help you out.
She moved into the house to take care of her baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So Daniel, what do you remember about being young and growing up with all those uncles and being just the baby?
I remember it was always somebody around. I was never alone. It was always something going on around. Always something fun. It was always something.
Okay, cool. So it's safe to say you had a fun childhood.
Yes, ma'am. It was never a dull moment.
That's not, especially not with your mom. So even though you had obviously a great support system, Kay Johns, what would you say was the most difficult part?
Potty training.
Really?
Potty training a boy. Potty training a boy, and and literally, what grade were you in when, like, he was in, I think, first grade when they had to, there were some issues on when women potty train, we kind of potty train based on our thought process, but there is a whole nother thought process on how men actually go to the restroom. And so he kind of he learned a couple of things at school about going to the restroom. And I was fascinated. I was like, really? I never would have known that. Yeah.
So, okay. So when did you all come to Memphis?
He turned 2. So he was born in February. So he was born February of 2004. We came to Memphis in May of 2006.
Okay. So would you say that you and your brothers are close?
Yes, very, very.
Are they protective because you're the only girl?
They are ridiculously overprotective. I've moved. This is when I moved from St. Louis, they moved me. And when I moved from the first house to this house, they moved me. So every time, this is like house number 6. They have moved me into 6 houses. Them and their so they'll come from St. Louis with a van full of guys that we grew up with, and all of them are going to move baby sister.
Wow. Daniel, do you consider yourself protective of your mom?
Yes.
Woo!
Really?
Overprotective.
Okay. So both of you, I'll give me an instance where that overprotective behavior showed up.
Oh, we just went back into the building. So my routine was different. So like I think the first Tuesday, hair day is Tuesday. So I get home at probably 6 o'clock. He's sitting in this chair at the door. What time did you get off work? What time is it now? You couldn't call, you couldn't write. And I'm like, so I'm answering questions until I realized I'm the mama. And so I was like, really?
Where was that coming from? Did you not remember that Tuesday was hair day?
I did not. And my thing is, if it's nothing serious, why can't you tell me where you're going?
Because I'm the mama.
If you're just going out, I should be able to know, right?
I'm the mama.
If you're simply going to a hair appointment, I should know, right?
I'm the mama.
But it was hair day. Isn't that the norm?
Oh, it is, but I just forgot, and I thought a simple reminder. I should know.
So that day you were in your feelings, as we say. So how did y'all end that? What calmed you down, Daniel? What put you back at neutral that you knew your mama was okay?
Oh, if I know where she is, I mean, if she tells me where she is, it's okay then.
Wow.
She was just getting her hair done.
Okay. So if your mother decides to go out on a date, how is that going to
say? I'm going to go out on a date.
And you're gonna be okay with that?
As long as I know where she is. Just think, what if something happens and I can't tell anybody what happened?
I get that. I get that.
I should be able to know.
You don't need to know where I'm going. Just know I'm going.
I get his point though. Can you drive, Daniel?
I can. I'm not allowed to, but I can.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, again, you're a boy mom. What do you expect?
Yes, that's true. That's true.
When was the last time that Daniel did something that you had to, I don't want to say discipline, but handle him accordingly?
Oh, we don't.
7 years ago.
No, he really does not. Like, he does more foolishness than the normal person. So like today, he texts me, I denied grandfather access to the Wi-Fi to ensure that my games run at maximum efficiency. So this is like, so my parents came over to barbecue. They're barbecuing for us, and he won't let grandpa get on the Wi-Fi. And I said, that is so ridiculous. And he goes, necessary sacrifices must happen. So,
oh my God.
So this is like, we have these, it's more ridiculousness like that. And I'm like, so I have to text my daddy the Wi-Fi passcode. And he's like, well, Daniel told me I can't use it. So that's the kind of foolishness that happens in our house.
And so, Daniel, you really feel like you were justified for not letting your grandfather have the Wi-Fi code?
I feel like I was. I need the Wi-Fi to work for everyone in the household as good as possible. And grandfather was just there for about 4 or 5 hours, and he had that on his phone, and he was just going to use it to get on Facebook. So I felt like he didn't exactly need it at that moment in time.
But what were you doing?
I was in school. I was on the game. I was talking to friends. I needed the Wi-Fi to work.
Foolishness.com.
All of those things are work. The game, talking to your friends,
and school. I needed all 3 of those things to work at maximum efficiency. Not it. I couldn't have any lag, any problems with anything.
Okay. All right.
So yeah. So he really, like, those are the kind of issues that we have. He really does not give me any, surprisingly, he really does not give me any major problems like discipline. We really don't have any major issues.
Oh, nice. Very good. Well, I'm proud of you for that, Daniel. Tell us about your school life, Daniel. What grade are you in? What school you go to?
I'm in 11th grade. I go to Powhatan Academy.
Okay.
My school life is basically foolishness as well. I have a group of friends that do the exact same things I would do. So it's, again, never a dull moment. It's really, especially at school. If I get in trouble, it's more likely I did something silly than I would actually did something serious like a fight or anything.
So you're telling me your friends tell their grandparents they can't have access to the Wi-Fi because y'all need to talk?
Probably worse, yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. What type of extracurricular activities are you involved in?
Before COVID, I was in rugby. I was thinking about doing soccer, and my music teacher wanted my class. Well, our class was in music, so I was kind of in the choir by default, but really rugby.
Okay, I remember that because my son did rugby, and I was shocked that it was another young man interested in that dangerous sport.
Yes.
It's rough. It's rough.
And I didn't realize until I saw the first game what they were actually doing. So I was not,
no helmets, no padding, just
yeah. And my daddy had to keep me off the field because he got hit and I was headed down. And my dad was like, please, he will never, they hit my baby. Somebody, yeah. So, okay. And so he'll be playing again. He'll be playing again for his senior year.
Nice. Very nice. So Daniel, you can sing?
No. Not at all. No,
So
ma'am.
you said you ended inquiry by default just because you were.
That's just a class we took for the credit.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. Okay, Daniel, can you remember an instance where your mom embarrassed you?
All day, every day.
Because your mama is it one of those days she walked out the house in the tutu or the costume?
Especially at school, I would be scared those days when they would have something at school where she would dress up. Those days I made sure to be extra good. I didn't want anything to happen to where she would have to get out the car. I told her to park at the gas station. Don't come to the school.
I remember that.
I just walked to the gas station.
Daniel.
You used to love my costumes.
So background information, guys. She's a librarian at an elementary school, the school that I work at. So every time it's a big deal or we're celebrating a book or we're having reading night, she is dressed up as something. Dr. Seuss, a bunny. What else have you done?
A Grinch, an elf.
An elf.
I have 102 costumes.
So I can see why he would want you to park at the gate, because they're not just skirts and shirts. They are costumes, guys. Full-fledged costumes.
Yep.
So
full.
Excellent. Okay, so Daniel asked me not to bring up his dating. So, but I want to know, Kay Jones, what type of relationship advice do you give him? He's in 11th grade.
He does not allow relationship advice.
I don't want any conversation. I don't want any conversation. I don't want any family to bring it up. Not ever.
Okay, so figure out how you can answer this question without having the conversation. So how do you deal with any relationship issue if you don't talk to anybody? You talk to your peers?
I have a good friend named Cedric that I can always go to.
And is Cedric your age?
Yes.
You have your uncles.
Yeah, good friend named Cedric.
Yeah. So you don't talk to your uncles. Okay. And obviously Cedric has not led you astray.
No.
The uncles are not.
So can I ask why you don't want your family to talk about or to bring up relationships?
I'm going to answer the question as honestly as I can.
Okay.
Not too honest.
If you spent 20 minutes with my family, you probably see why too.
Okay.
About 20 minutes. Make it 15.
Okay.
That's how it is.
I spent a little time with your mom, so I get it.
Because we are family oriented. So we're going to make her, if he mentions, like if he says Lisa, we're going to, where's Lisa? How's Lisa doing?
Just be over
birthday. So that's how we are. And he doesn't want that. But whenever he brings someone home, he's going to get that.
Oh, man. Doesn't look like he'll be bringing anybody home.
Look, college is coming. You gonna bring somebody home.
So Daniel, when your mother is having a hard day, whether it be emotional, whether it be work, whether it be whatever's going on, what do you find works to help her feel better?
Just do everything she says when she says it, as soon as she says it. If it's anything I know I can help with, I'll help. But just give her space and make sure you do everything she says.
The first time.
Or do it before she thinks about it.
Good answer.
Good answer. Okay, so what in your plans, what would be your ideal situation for Daniel when he graduates?
Everybody, so one of the things as a teacher and all of that, I always tell him, I don't want you 30 years old living with me. And correct. I don't care. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want him to do whatever it is he wants to do. And I want him to love his, like I love my job.
Mhm.
And so I want him to love whatever he wants to do. I want him to go to the college he wants to go to. I want him to do what he wants to do because I follow my dream and I just want him to follow his dream.
Okay. Okay. So Daniel, so far at this point, because you're knocking at the door, what are your plans? What schools are you looking at? What are you majoring in?
I'm looking at schools pretty close to home. I really want to go far, but TSU, she wants schools at least about 5 hours away, 5 hours, pretty close. I want to go and major in biology, more in the aqua part of biology. I mean, not aqua part, the aquamarine part of biology. That's really what I want to do. Work with water and water animals. Ooh, I messed that up. I want to go into biology, work with the water part, work in the ocean, really.
Okay. So, now let's go back to UK Jones. You just said follow your dream, do what you want to do. So if his dream is to go far, how does that match with 5 miles away?
5 hours. Because I have to get you there. Now, so here's my thing. Depending on I told him if you get a full scholarship to Florida, if you get a full scholarship anywhere in the world, go. But if I'm paying, I need you within 5 hours because I need to be able to get to you if I'm paying for you to go to college. But if you have a full scholarship, that's a plane ride away. So if I have to pay this money, I need you within 5 hours so we can kind of get to you. Because I do have elderly parents. So it would be on me to get him wherever he's going, my brothers and I. So I just kind of need him within a 5 hour radius.
Okay. Makes sense. So in the schools that you're looking, who has the best biology program with the focus on what you're looking for?
It wasn't TSU. What was
Jackson State.
Jackson State.
Okay. Have you all visited yet?
We've been to the campus.
No,
we drove through the campus.
We drove through, but my school, no, that wasn't Jackson State. I think my school had a college tour planned. I don't know if it was Jackson State, but we had a few college tours planned, but they never happened.
COVID happened in the midst of like his school sophomore year, they start, and like he's been to the campus on Houston. In Houston, Texas, I mean, his school does a lot, but like COVID happened. And so we're now kind of hitting the ground running and doing virtual tours. And hopefully this summer and on, we can get back to in-person, campus tours.
Okay. All right. Daniel, with COVID hitting and making such a abrupt stop in our lives, what have you learned about yourself being forced to stay in, be still, and learn virtually?
Woo. I'm more patient than I thought.
Okay. With yourself or others?
With everybody, everything.
Nice.
Because I realized before COVID, I had a group of friends. I would go out, we would go places. I didn't realize how much COVID would stop that and how much it would affect me until it actually happened. Like I never really cared about being at home because I can go wherever I used to be able to go wherever I want, whenever I could. But now that I just can't go anywhere, and now I didn't realize how that would affect me when COVID first started.
Okay. So have you started to, re-hang out with your friends a little more?
A little bit.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
okay.
He went back to school. So he thought he wanted to go back to school. So he went the first day, and I think school started at 7:30, and at 8:15 he was like, "Come get me." No, I'm not doing this. Come get me. And I was like, "I told you that school looks very different." And he went one day, and that was it. So I, type him a little letter. He won't be back. We'll stay virtual.
Wow. Okay. So, Kay Jones, we just abruptly stopped and they sent us home, and life just for a year was really interesting. What did you learn about yourself being in the house and trying to figure out how to do what you do virtually?
Oh, it was really it was very interesting because I'm very computer savvy, but that Microsoft Teams, let me date myself, was a booger bear. I mean, Microsoft Teams was nothing to play with initially. So
Right.
it was just like, whoa. So learning how to do that was really, really interesting. It was really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I know for me, the COVID thing, I was used to seeing my grandmother every day. And so COVID like shut me down. And so even when they sent us home, I could go to the nursing home every day. And the nursing home was like, no, ma'am. And I was like, wait a minute. I have too much time on my hands.
Yeah, exactly. So my last question, are you both familiar with love languages?
Yes, I am. Are you?
No.
So love languages just explain how you feel loved. What does your mother do that makes you feel loved, that you know she loves you?
She's very vocal about it. She tells me.
And even though that's how she does it, do you receive it that way, or do you wish that she would do something else to show you?
Nah, I receive it that way. There's nothing else I would wish for.
Oh.
Okay, buddy.
So, Kay Jones, what is your love language? What does Daniel do to let you know that he truly loves you and values your relationship?
He tells me, and he likes physical. He tells me. So he tells me. So he tells me all day. He'll text me.
That's sweet. And that's not embarrassing to you, is it, Daniel?
It is, but
you can love your mama.
That is priceless. Listen, we teach children and I'm sure you've seen children. There are children that don't hug their parents. There are children that never hear the word "I love you." Their parents are always fussing and cussing. So to have the relationship that you all have was the reason why I wanted you on this show. I think it is amazing. And I thank you for letting me inside your teenage world. This is not, I don't think any of your friends even know who I am, so they won't see this. So, Daniel, if you could have one wish in the world for your mother, what would it be? I wish that my mom could have, would go, can go, could.
I just wish she could do whatever she wants without having to worry about me. That I don't have to be a burden or anything. I don't have to. She can't do this because of me. She can't do that because of me. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's right. He's going off to school. So in a bed, here's the thing that's going to be funny. You're going off to school, but you're very protective of your mother. How is that transition going to work?
Oh.
You gonna watch the cameras?
Just start thinking about that. That is about to be your life. You're gonna have to leave her to be a big girl.
She'll be all right.
So Kay Jones, I think you really shared it when you said you want him to follow his dream. But what would you say to Daniel now just about the son he has been to you to this point?
Ooh, I really could not have imagined this journey, and he is what I prayed for 9 months. So he's what I prayed for actually my whole life, wanting a child. So because I never wanted to be a girl mom. There's too much hair, nails, and purses. So, and I have a lot of nieces, too much going on. So I always wanted a boy, and he is exactly what I wanted. He is exactly what I wanted.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Daniel, you think you could have found a better mom?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Because y'all are so much alike. It's unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Again, I'm just saying, I asked because I really, really do appreciate and I see the love and the value in you all's relationship, even in the midst of her in the costumes and parking at the gas station. You all have a wonderful relationship, and that is something to treasure. It's also wonderful, again, being a single mom, to have such a village of people that Daniel didn't suffer for anything. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So thank you guys so much for sharing your story. And Daniel, I'm done.
So he can go back to the PS5.
Go back to your game. Thank you so much. Hey, Jones, take care of yourself. Keep me updated on your.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Good night, y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Again, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and being a part of that. I treasure so much, as I said, and Kay Jones and I agreed on. We see children every day that don't get hugs, that don't get said goodbye to, that, you know, they never hear the word "I love you." They never even really, honestly, guys, hear their real names. So to see relationships where parents and the children are talking and the children are able to express themselves and share their emotions, where children are able to see their parents cry and go through transitions and emotional growth. That's what a relationship is about. So I thank everybody for joining me and being on the show and giving me a snapshot of their lives and what it is like to raise children from their perspective. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you next Tuesday. Peace, love, and intentional parenting.